Welcome to Klaipėda for the strongest man Grand Prix of Lithuania. Well, these are the guys taking part. Alex from Latvia, Savikas from Lithuania, Moments from Estonia, we got Jani Kolmainen from Finland. Let's not forget Petruskas from Lithuania, Magnusson from Iceland, Anders Johansson from Sweden, Miskelis from Lithuania, Skipanski from Poland, and Ilikainen from Finland as well. Time to be the referees, time to get on with it. It'll be the fingers grip first. Always a tough one. Seems easy enough, just send it over. But they are of increasing weight. 170 kilos is the lightest, going through to 250. Marcus Alex off first, the Latvian. And he's quick about this, you've got to say. Champion of Latvia, been a competitor in the Worlds since last year. 34 years of age now, so something of a veteran perhaps. But sending them away here. That was a 220, it's the 250 is the last one. And this is the real problem right now. Walking underneath it, great technique, but is he going to be quick enough? Big ask. Clock's against him here. Over it goes, finally, and as soon as it hits down, 43.23. I'm sure that can be beaten. Well, that was Latvia. This is Lithuania, and it's Zandrukas Savikas, the big Z they call him, and look at him go. Favourite perhaps for this event. Twice a world champion in 05 and in 06, and well, you can understand why when you see his technique here. He's absolutely monstering it. Unbelievable. Look at the clock. Wow. 23.97, and that is one huge benchmark for everyone else to follow here. Crowd know it as well. So it's Estonia's Andrus Murmets is up next. Won 2 Grand Prix and was 4th in the Worlds last year. Just 29 years of age and nowhere near the speed of the big Z, as they call him. Yes, Zydrunas Savikas, time of 23.97. Will anyone get anywhere close? Mehmet certainly. He's already been beaten by the clock here. And he's having trouble here, walking the wrists down. You can see the tremble starting to come through his shoulder line here. He's going to make it, but it's a huge effort here. Just not quite got the pivot correct. Over it goes. 47.07. Well, that's the slowest time so far. Next up, Jani Kolmainen of Finland. Now, Jani really knows how to play this game. Second in the Finnish Championships, 32 years of age, but it's about technique. And, well, if you've got it, well, life seems good. And certainly in this event, the fingers, and he's just walking the hands absolutely brilliantly here. And just look at the attitude of his body to the weight that he's trying to move here. And he's looking very good indeed. Oh, he's beaten by it. Couldn't quite make it. That's a real shame. Only made 3 in all. So, Vilius Petruskas of Lithuania. Well, this is going to be quick as well, but will it beat 23.97 of the big Z? I don't think so. But it's looking handy. Just one to go. This is very quick. This is the one that's beating everybody, though. And all of a sudden, the heaviest weight's coming right at the end, and that's exactly what you do not want. He's not going to be quickest, but it's going to be quick. Certainly, he'll be up there in terms of scoring. Standing a little bit too tall here, not using his legs as a pivot here. 34.21. Well, good enough for second spot at the moment. Anders Johansson of Sweden, always fast at this. Dashing back, very, very aware of the clock running against him. And he's got good technique here as well. Upright at the beginning, keeping himself as near to right angles as possible to the weight, bending down the nearer he gets, and that's the way to do it. This is good by Johansson. Very good indeed. One more to go. But will he get beaten? Oh, he's looking a bit breathy. This is the huge weight now, 250 kilos. The last one was 220, and he took his time about it. Well, will he make the 4? We're asking questions. He's struggling here. He's got to get himself out from underneath it if he can't make it. And he does so. 3 weights only for Anders. Well, there's lots of discussions as to how on earth you're going to make it through there. How are you going to get that up? Well, Lithuania's Darius Miskelis is next. Well, one in short order. 170 kilos seems absolutely nothing. 190, a little more trouble. The 220, this is where so many have been beaten. They just about got this one over and then failed at the last. But he looks like he's going to make 4 here, you have to say, the way he dispatched that. And look at the enthusiasm as well for the final weight, 250 kilos. Away he goes, hands walking down. He's doing a great job. Good technique. Using all of his body here, walking it over. Good man. 37.05. Puts him in 3rd place for now. Well, Robert Szczepanski of Poland, well, sets about the task very, very quickly. In terms of stature, not really sure whether it helps to be taller or shorter. One of the more diminutive, perhaps, of those out there, you would think. But 1.83 m is by no means small. And Ilikainen of Finland, 1.97 m, the tallest out there so far. And he doesn't make it this time, just 3 weights turned for Szczepanski. Well, it's Jani Ilikainen away next for Finland. Well, he means business here. And this looks like it's going to be a good time. Where will it sit when all is done here? I don't think he's going to get near Zadrunas. But will he get close to Lithuania's Vilius Petruskas? 34.21 is his time. Has to be second. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a long walk. He's not going to make it. Oh, he's got there, though. He's not going to make the time. I thought he was going to come in, but it's 3rd so far. I thought he was going to snatch 2nd place there, but it didn't quite happen for him. And the last is the Icelandic Benedikt Magnusson. Well, he's got everything it needs in terms of enthusiasm. Can he deliver? Well, almost running that one over. 170 kilos dispatched quickly. 190 now, and already in trouble. Well, he may well have just burned himself out. We'll wait and see. This is the 220 now, a 3rd of the 4 fingers. Well, that was almost done quicker than the 190, you have to say. So here we go, the big one, 250 kilos. It's a big ask for him. No chance.
What's your opinion about first competition results?
It's my first event. I hope it's going better. Let's see.
Andras Mamets finishing 6th in this one, but no doubt about it, the Big Z at the top, unbeatable. Next up, it's the Farmer's Walk. Watch the turn. That's the difficult part. $145 kilos apiece, 30 meters to be walked, 75 seconds to do it. Some quicker than others here. Petruskas of Lithuania up against Kolomainen of Finland. And in fact, no turn at all, straight out. And no problem, it seems. Well, more problem for others. Kolomainen's result 29.32 seconds. But Petruskas 14.16. What a time that is. Magnusson against Miskels. Well, you're allowed to stop, provided you don't drag it. Picks it back up. And Darius Miskels 24.67. Magnusson, where was he? Next up, Kazelniks against Szczepanski. Szczepanski quick about it, but look at Kazelniks. Szczepanski is almost sprinting here. Lines approaching here. He's going to drop it over. Brilliantly done, Szczepanski. 14.34, just missing out. He's in second place for that. And Kazelniks takes a stage along the way, makes it in 23.65. Next up, Anders Johansson of Sweden against Jani Ilkainen of Finland. And fast again here, Johansson and Ilkainen racing against each other. It's going to be sub 15, that's for sure. Line approaching now. Oh, super job, Johansson 14.59, Ilkainen 14.27. Enough for second place for Ilkainen. Wow. Well, it's Momets of Estonia next against Lithuania's Savikas. And look at this. This is quick. Very, very quick by both of these. Oh, this is absolutely superb. Momets 11.76. Amazing.
Did you expect to be the first, then Žydrūnas?
It is my event. Almost all world record, it's my name, and if I not win this, it's a very bad day.
Anders Momets absolutely dominant in that event. 10 points for him. The man he was against, Savikas, making it 12.91, finishing in second place, picking up 9 points. Savikas takes the lead in the overall.
This weekend.
Welcome back to Klaipėda in Lithuania. It's the IFSA Grand Prix here. Seems simple. 155 kilos. You've got 90 minutes to press it. Wow, unbelievable. Clean and jerk it, I should say. And the Apolloni axle taking a real pounding there from Anders Johansson of Sweden. World record belongs to Žydrūnas Savikas. Managed 8 lifts. Let's see how many times this axle can be lifted by Johansson. 90 seconds in all is the limit. 155 kilos, don't forget. Unbelievable. And he's made it stick again. Can he go once more? He's thinking about it. 8 lifts, don't forget, by the big Z. What will Johansson do? Steadies it, steadies his nerve. Managed to get it to his chest last time. Sort of intermediate, if you like. Not so clean and jerk, perhaps. Here we go. Oh, good boy. That's 4.
When the Scandinavian strongest man will be the strongest man in the world?
Unfortunately, Eastern Europe are far ahead these days, but we haven't given up the hope.
Paul Benedict Magnusson of Iceland didn't make any of these lifts. He's injured, sadly. Robert Szczepanski of Poland, how many will he manage? Full of enthusiasm, kind of doing a cross grip at the beginning, which is a strange one. Oh, just beaten by it. Unbelievable. Well, it's a difficult one. That was Magnusson. This is Szczepanski. Szczepanski. Goodness me, he needs some technique. It'll be easier for him next time by if he just rests it on across his chest and shoulders, just making it hover above the position it needs to be. He needs to take a break halfway through, and as a result, he's not going to do many here. That was superb. But with a better technique, he could probably beat 2. Will he make 3? He's got the cross grip. He needs to take that break halfway through and just can't quite do it. He's almost trying to snatch it here instead of clean and jerk it. So next up, it's Andrus Momets of Estonia. Now don't forget the world record in this is held by Zadukas Savikas, 8 lifts. Momets is known to be good at this. The boy from Estonia. Let's see what he can do. Well, won a couple of Grand Prix and 4th place in the Worlds last year. Only 29 years of age. He's a compact figure as well, 188 centimeters tall, 1 meter 88, and 145 kilos. Well, he's keeping charge of this. Don't forget, it's 90 seconds, so the clock is against him. 3 successful so far. Superb. They're counting him down quickly here. Oh, the Apollonia axle really is taking a beating here. Starting to get misshapen on between the spokes here. 4 done. 5 now. 30 seconds remaining. How many more can he manage? Andrus Momets sends it away again. He's probably got time for 1 more. Can he make it stick? He does. Well, slight movement, but they gave it to him. Andrus Momets of Estonia, 7 reps. Fantastic.
Did you want to do better your world record?
I know that Lithuania is very strong this event. Just I secured probably my 2nd place. The shape is not so good today to do a world record. 8 reps is very good, and 9 to do a new world record is extremely very good. Not today.
Agnes Kozelniks of Latvia is up next. And once again, bad technique here, not resting between. He's actually making it hover just above his shoulders and clavicle. Needs to take the rest, just gather himself for the final jerk off the shoulders. That's not resting, and as a result, he's going to get beaten by it here. 2 so far. Well, no records in prospect from Kozelniks, that's for sure. And I think that is it. Holding up. Whenever you take a break, it seems, in any of these strongest men competitions, it's all the more difficult when you come back and stand up to the weight once more. It's a long break by Kozelniks. He's got 30 seconds left. Stopwatch rolling upon him. It's all over. 2 lifts is what he makes. So Darius Miskals it is of Lithuania who comes up next. Miskals, 5th place in the Lithuanian Championships, so possibly not one of the favourites. 37 years of age now. He's got 1. Maybe out of his depth here, we don't know. It's taking a long, long, long wait between the first lift and the continuation of this attempt here. Here we go. Just can't quite lock out the elbows, and down it goes. Miskals calls it a day at 1 lift. So Finland's Jani Ilikainen is next. Ilikainen, so powerful and very lean as well amongst this company. And quick about it too. Not even bothering to release his grip. 2 completed, and this is good. Can he beat 7? World records. 8, don't forget. Would snatch it. Four completed. And he's running out of time. The clock's against him here. 90 seconds. Was it ever such a long time? Torture these guys are going through here. Well, it's good technique, and you can see he's taking that rest properly halfway through. Just goes to show that some of these strongest men, they're not weightlifters per se. But Ilikainen has got good technique and has clearly done it before. 6 so far. Can he make 7? Not quite. Great technique, though. And his own personal record in the Apollonia axle. So here is Lithuania's Vilius Petruskas. And he's unsteady here. Oh, and can't lock the elbows. Too long of arm. You need to be compact to weightlift, which is essentially what this is. Now, and we may have given the game away, but watch this. 8 is the world record target, and it's the Big Z, and he is on fire today. That's 2. Just not releasing this axle here at all. 3. Unbelievable. Well, we thought we'd leave the best till last. Look at this. He may not have the best technique, but he's got sheer power on board and leaning back and just almost bench pressing it away. Just look how horizontally gets underneath here. It's not the best technique, certainly not the best for your back. Don't follow this if you're thinking about taking weightlifting up. It's a double stager, but he gets there. It's just lifting it above your head that counts. So 7 to equal the world record. Oh, he's stuttering here. And he's highly mobile, but they're counting. 1 more, then. And this would be the world record. He's got time. He's taking his time. Everybody knows it. Can he lock the elbows? And he does. That's 8. Unbelievable. Totally dominant in this tournament, it seems. He finds himself atop the standings, of course.
Žydrūnas, are you satisfied with your result?
I am happy with this result. I am not in bad shape now, and I lift second time 8 reps in this weight. So I hope this year we'll lift more.
Equaling his own world record then. Unbelievable. Savikas it is that takes that one. Nobody, well, apart from the Mets, could get close, and he is now second in the overall ranking. Welcome back. It's the deadlift. Simple matter of moving 300 kilograms as many times as possible. 75 seconds is what you've got. And this is Jani Kolomainen up first. Doing a great job. That's 4. And that is going to be all he manages here. Barefoot, perhaps not the best way forward. You need some kind of grip out there. You may not think you need it, but that's tremendous pressure on the heels. And this is Darius Miskels of Lithuania. Stands up for 1 here. 300 kilos, an enormous volume of metal to move here. And he gets 2. That's it, and he had to work hard. And was delighted with the result, Mikkels, as well. Kazalniks of Latvia Starts quickly, and he's almost destroying the platform as he goes here. Unbelievable. Well, this is looking very good. It's measured, good timing, and he looks like this event was made for him. Superb stuff so far. 6 completed, and he looks like he's got more in him as we go on. 1 minute and 15 seconds only is the time that they have to make as many as possible. Clock's running out on him. He's going for another here. 7 complete. Looks up to check the time. Gathers himself. A lot of lower body strength here, and that's absolutely vital as you try and stand up. And he gets it into position. That's 8. And he's had enough. Superb, Anders Jonsson. Anders Johansson of Sweden absolutely bossing it so far. It's Robert Szczepanski of Poland up next. Can he get anywhere near Anders' time? Anders' reps, I should say. 8 he managed. That's the target for now, to go top of the table here. How will Szczepanski go? Another athlete who's gone barefoot for this one. Beats me. Weightlifter's boots very much focusing on the ankles. It's the pivot, don't forget, of the lower leg. And it takes an awful lot of pressure here, but these boys seem more comfortable. Some of them to be shoeless. 6 so far, and that's 7. And Szczepanski takes a little break, and that's to rest his feet. Can he make one more? This to level at the top with Johansson. And he does. Has he got another one in him here? No, he hasn't. He'll take level at the top. So Jani Ilikainen is next for Finland. Well, all the boys here going for straight-handed, occasionally get cross-handed here. But Szczepanski is lifting well here. 8's the target, don't forget, to level at the top. And Szczepanski not only opting for his stocking feet, but going for sort of ankle braces at the same time here, which is an unusual one. 6 done. And he takes himself a well-earned rest. His reps have come thick and fast. How many can he manage after that? Usually if you take a break, it doesn't bode well. Well, he's got the power here. He takes another one. That's 7. Straining to make 8. And he does it. That's level at the top. Has he got one more in him? Well, he's going to go for it. He knows that this is to take the lead. Oh, can't quite make it. Has he backed out? Thank you, he says. And welcome and glad applause ring out. So, here we go. Count them. Szczepanski's been. Ilikainen. This is fast reps. Well, we had 3 with 8. Kazelniks, Johansson and Szczepanski. And Ilikainen taking a little break as well, halfway through, just to rest the feet. Once again, maybe their shoes just... It seems that the trend has been started here to go barefoot for this event. The Finn is rocking here. That's 8. Well, the 3 who've been before him have taken 8. Apologies to Szczepanski and his fans in Poland for misnaming him, but, well, can Ilikainen do it? And he's taken the lead. That's 9. Unbelievable. So, what can Dr. Z do? Zydrunas Savikas is in charge of this tournament. He's only been beaten on one. That was the Farmer's Walk by Andrus Momets. Everything else he's won so far. Will he win this? It's a massive ask. He's got to beat Jani Ilikainen's 9 lifts. He's determined. Well, he's pushing himself so hard here. Perspiring heavily, but he's still going. Needs one more to level at the top with Ilikainen. And he does it. Has he got another one? Has he? They're willing him on. He's got the time. Has he got the strength? We're about to find out. Here we go. Wow, look at that, 10. Surely unbeatable. Amazing. Well, the only person who's pushing Savakis at the moment is Andras Momets. He beat him in the Farmer's Walk. He's now got a mighty task ahead of him. He has to lift 11 times if he's going to beat Zydrunas Savickas. He's gone barefoot as well. That's 4. I say barefoot, we're talking stocking feet, but he's hardly wearing weightlifting shoes, is he? And they keep ticking away here. Superb. Well, it looks like he's got something in reserve, but has he got 4 more to win it? That's 8. 9 to go level for second with Ilikainen. Oh, it's a strain. Takes his time and makes the 9.
Estija. 9 pakelimai. Antras rezultatas šioje rungtyje.
Žydrūnas, are you satisfied with your results?
I'm happy with the result. I won this event. I have some pain in my back before event. I was very careful. And 10 reps in deadlift, very good result. And I'm so happy in this event. I hope next 2 events also will be good for me.
So Savickas takes another one. Momets going close, couldn't quite make it. Level second in that one with Ilikainen. Looks like this overall with Savickas in the lead. Looking dominant. Back with more in a minute. Welcome back. You've guessed it, it's the Atlas Stones. Absolutely enormous. The weights increasing, starting off with 110 kilos, then going to 125, 140, 160, and finishing with 180. Yes, sure enough, the platforms that they have to match up with do descend ever so slightly, but it's a massive ask. This is Darius Miskelis of Lithuania. And he's on his 4th stone, and always perspiration is a problem here. It's great technique involved as well. You've got to use your body as a pivot. But as the weight goes up, the difficulty increases, and it's a huge ask to get over there. So Miskelis manages 3 of the stones, and this is Jani Kolamainen. Buried the first 110 kilos, then 125. It's almost cruel the way the weight goes up here, and it goes up in leaps and bounds as well. 140 is the 3rd stone. Rolls it well off his chest. Well, it's a good job that they do descend in terms of height, these placement cups. Oh, that was good work. 75 seconds, don't forget, and the clock is against him here, and the weight's going up. And as soon as you see one of these athletes a little unsure or having trouble with one, you know the next ones that follow will be even worse, and so it passes. 4 stones. Just couldn't quite get to the biggest. 5 there for you, and Petruskas of Lithuania is very, very quick about this. This looks like it's going to be a good time. Great technique. He's clearly been practicing. It's getting lower down. The weight doesn't seem to bother him. This is absolutely superb. Look at the clock here. Last stone for him. 180 kilos. The cup weights. Bang, it's in. Superb. 23.61. And he punches the air. Well, benchmark time set by Petruskas. Absolutely amazing. Here comes Robert Szypanski of Poland. Going the wrong way, that won't help. Seconds lost, but he's away here. Super job, putting the eggs in the cup. Dinosaur eggs, perhaps. Almost catching his shirt on that one. This is good. Maybe if it had gone the right way, it would have been a better time. Traffic problems then for him. 31.38. That's excellent. Into second place behind Petruskas for now. So Anders Johansson, it is, of Sweden, getting us underway. Once again, the shirt just causing trouble, just getting caught up with the granite here. Oh, and again, and it's not going to be the last time, surely. Oh, and he's got blistering, perhaps. It's wearing those forearm guards here in leather. And the shirt problem remains, and he's scuffed his hands. A little bit of resin he's got on the back of his hands. So just try and calm things down, get himself a better grip. He's clearly come prepared for this. Well, he's not going to be in the top 2, but this is excellent work. 1 minute 12.78, and he just beats the clock. There was just over 2 seconds remaining for him. Agris Gazelniks of Latvia is up next. Oh, this is fast. Got a loose shirt getting in the way as well. I think the resin that had been on some of the competitors' hands is now transferred to the ball, and it's making it stick to their shirts. You can see it. And having difficulty pulling away, and his shirt is now ripped here. Gazelniks placing this one in. Oh, look at that. 29.47. And he almost dismissively rips the shirt apart here. Second so far. Andrus Mamets of Estonia, away he goes. Well, they have picked up an awful lot of resin, these balls, and just look at the way they're almost velcroing to the shirts as they send them up here. Something that might have to be looked into, that it would probably be better for them to do this bare-chested. And a little bit of the shirt of Kazelnik's left on that ball previously. This is going to be a very good time here for Mamets. Oh, excellent.
Andrus, you are very often coming to Lithuania. Do you like competitions here in Lithuania?
Lithuania always very good competitions, very good athletes, and very supportive people who is watching a competition. It's nice to be in there always.
Jani Ilikainen practically on the blocks to get away here. Tidely away as well. Well, they've got a little catch weight, as you can see, in some of the higher cups. It's actually to make it easier to lift them out. Because essentially it would just be too high, and it would stall the competition once they've actually finished. This is a good time here for Ilikainen. It's going to be up there amongst the best. Will he get a podium in this particular discipline? We're going to have to wait and see. Does them all. 39.13. And guess who's up next? Yes, that's right. The big Z. Zdrunas Savikas. He's looking absolutely indomitable here. Stunning form he's been on. And look at him skip round here. The crowd roaring him on. They have a hero. And despite his back problems, which I think may have been down to technique earlier on, totally dominant, 22.31. And he takes another. Can anyone stop Savikas? The big Z, as he's known, Zydrunas Savikas, taking that one on the 10 points and extending his lead now to 8.5 over Momets. So it's the medley. It's the super yoke followed by the tyre flip. Unbelievable. You've got to carry 370 kilos in weight, 20 meters. Once you finish that none too small a task, you've got to do a tyre flip. The tyre weighs 350 kilos and 8 flips should do it. You've got 2 minutes to get through all this. This is not a light piece of kit, and it's difficult to get hold of. Very difficult to manage. We have Darius Miskelis of Lithuania and Anders Johansson of Sweden here. Well, Darius Miskelis getting to the tyre turn first. Johansson following him down. They're working hard here. Tyres clearly not designed for this purpose. They're supposed to roll the other way. That would just be too easy. Unbelievable strength required. First of all, to pivot the tyre and then to make it to the end. Darius Miskelis 1:12.25. Anders Johansson 1:18.86 for the 8 flips. So next up we've got Latvia's Agris Kazelniks and Robert Szczepanski of Poland. Both dispatching the super yoke and indeed their back braces, and away they come. Back braces held tight. And the last thing you want when you're doing this kind of more aerobic event is the danger of a blackout, because you've got a weight belt on. Waiting for the flips, you've got to do 8. It's not a distance thing, it's 8 flips in all. This is good. One more for Kazelniks. 50.82 for Kazelniks. Szczepanski managing 56.35. Next up, Ilikainen against Petrauskas. Petrauskas from Lithuania, Ilikainen, the Fab Finn, and both dispatch their yokes. And it's time for the 8 flip. Well, Petrauskas clearly heading this one, you have to say. Jani Ilikainen in his shadow for now. 2-minute time limit seems generous, considering the times that we've already had so far. Time to beat is Kazelniks 50.82. And I don't think either of these are going to manage it here. Petrauskas, one more for him. There it is, 55.33 as the clock rolls on for Ilikainen. He's struggling here. Just one more will do it. Wow, everyone knows who the crowd are waiting for. Zydrunas Savikas of Lithuania. On the right of your screen at the moment, Andrus Momets of Estonia, taking him on here. And a big ask. Agris Kazelniks, the Latvian, 50.82. Surely Zydrunas Can't win everything. Oh, we know that. He has been beaten, but only in one event in which he finished second. That was the Farmer's Walk. But the target here, 50.82, was a huge one. You've got to get all your flips in. 8 of them in all, don't forget. Well, he's looking handy. Mamet's looking very good as well. They're level pegging down the course, but it's about getting it over 8 times. One more to go. Oh, and he just clips him. 52.90 though, and Kazelnik is going to take this event. Savikas finishing in second place, while Mamet's pushing him all the way, finishing third.
Žydrūnas, we all expected you to win today. How would you feel if you were not the winner of today's competition?
I am strongest man in the world. I always must win, and it's very big pressure on me. It's my country. I must win this competition, and I am so happy because I won. It was very hard. I am tired, but I won.
Kazelnik wins that one. Savikas, though, takes the event. The double world champion is still on a roll. No doubt about it. Žydrūnas Savikas is the champion. Jani Elikainen of Finland finishing on the podium. 40.5 points. Andris Mamets, who pushed so very, very hard, finishing in second place. Savikas, though, there is no doubt about it, finishing 9.5 points clear, totally bossing the event. Double world champion, deserves that accolade. Tremendous stuff, great power and discipline, and a gentle giant to boot. Superb, the crowd love him. He came to his home event and he delivered. The Big Z does it again. My name's Carlton Kirby. We'll see you next time as the IFSA Grand Prix rolls on.